Welcome back to Narcissism Freedom. If you are new here, this channel is for the truth tellers, the cycle breakers, the chosen ones who refuse to stay silent. And if you are returning, you already know, we do not sugarcoat darkness here. We expose it, we confront it, and we overcome it. Today's message is not soft. It is not timid. It is not negotiable. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Because the moment you decide to tell the truth about narcissistic abuse is the moment everything shifts. The atmosphere shifts. The masks start slipping. And the one who thought they controlled the narrative begins to panic. Narcissists survive on deception. They survive on image. They survive on carefully crafted illusions. For a long time, you were pressured to protect that illusion. You were told to keep the peace. You were told not to make things worse. You were told that speaking up would destroy the relationship, the ministry, the workplace, or even the family dynamic. But what they really meant was this: don't expose me. Darkness thrives in secrecy. Abuse thrives in silence. Manipulation thrives in confusion. And when you finally say no more, something spiritual happens. Something breaks in the unseen realm. The devil loses leverage when truth enters the room. Notice what happens when you begin telling the truth. Suddenly, they call you bitter. Suddenly, you're crazy. Suddenly, you're dramatic. Suddenly, they start a smear campaign. Why? Because exposure is their greatest fear. A narcissist can handle your tears. They can handle your confusion. They can handle your silence. But they cannot handle your clarity. When you start naming what happened, gaslighting, manipulation, triangulation, financial control, emotional neglect, you remove their power to rewrite history. You dismantle the false narrative piece by piece. And that terrifies them. Narcissists don't panic when you cry. They panic when you heal. They don't panic when you beg. They panic when you detach. They don't panic when you stay quiet. They panic when you tell the truth boldly and without apology. Truth is light, and light exposes everything hidden in the shadows. For so long, you questioned yourself. You wondered if maybe you were overreacting. That confusion was engineered. Narcissistic abuse is psychological warfare. It is designed to make you doubt your own perception and abandon your instincts. But when the fog clears, when your discernment sharpens, when you begin speaking plainly about what actually happened, the illusion collapses. And that is when they panic. They panic because they can no longer control the story. They panic because other people start connecting the dots. They panic because the mask they curated so carefully begins to crack under pressure. Telling the truth is not revenge. It is release. You're not exposing them to destroy them. You are exposing the behavior so it cannot continue harming you or anyone else. Truth does not make you cruel. Truth makes you free. When you tell the truth, you align yourself with light, integrity, and spiritual authority. And when light shows up, darkness reacts. Have you noticed how calm they were when you were confused? How confident they were when you doubted yourself? How composed they were when you defended them and minimized the damage? But the moment you stopped covering for them, the rage surfaced. That rage is exposure anxiety. It is the fear of losing control. It is the fear of losing influence. It is the fear of being seen for who they truly are. Because once people see the pattern, the manipulation does not work the same. This is why smear campaigns often intensify after you speak out. They will try to discredit you before you can discredit their lies. They will project their behavior onto you. They will accuse you of the very things they did, hoping confusion returns. But you do not need to scream to tell the truth. You do not need to attack to tell the truth. You do not need to exaggerate to tell the truth. Calm truth is more powerful than emotional chaos. Steady clarity outperforms explosive reactions every single time. Sometimes telling the truth is not public. Sometimes it is private. Sometimes it is simply saying to yourself, that was abuse. Sometimes it is writing in your journal, I was manipulated. Sometimes it is finally saying it out loud to someone safe and trusted. Even that quiet acknowledgement begins to shame the darkness. You were never meant to carry someone else's secrets at the expense of your sanity. You were never meant to shrink so someone else could feel powerful. Peace built on lies is not peace. It is bondage. Bondage breaks when truth enters. Telling the truth does not always mean confronting the narcissist directly. In many cases, that is unsafe and unnecessary. The truth is not for their validation. The truth is for your liberation. You do not need them to agree. You do not need them to apologize. You do not need them to confess. Truth stands whether they admit it or not. When you detach emotionally and stand firm in reality, the manipulation tactics begin to fail. Gaslighting stops working when you refuse to question your perception. Guilt trips stop working when you refuse false blame. Love bombing stops working when you recognize it as a cycle and refuse to be pulled back in. And once the tactics fail, panic sets in. Because their greatest weapon, confusion, has been removed. I know you worry about backlash. I know you fear losing people. I know you dread retaliation. But your silence has already cost you too much. Your mental health, your confidence, your joy, your sense of identity. Truth may cost temporary comfort, but lies cost you your soul and your future. The moment you decide, I will no longer protect what harmed me, you step into strength that cannot be manipulated. You are not trying to destroy someone's life. You are reclaiming your own. Narcissists panic when exposed because exposure removes their stage. They can no longer perform. They can no longer manipulate from behind the curtain. They can no longer weaponize your silence against you. Your power does not come from shaming them publicly. It comes from refusing to participate in the lie ever again. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Not by attacking, not by obsessing, but by standing firmly in reality and refusing to compromise it. Fear turns into boldness. Confusion turns into clarity. Shame turns into dignity. And your voice returns stronger than ever. You were not meant to live silenced. You were not meant to live gaslit. You were meant to live in truth, strength, and unshakable clarity. If this message resonates with you, like this video so it can reach others who are still trapped in silence. Share it with someone who needs courage. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Narcissism Freedom, because this is where we expose darkness and empower healing. Drop in the comments, I choose truth. And remember, when you tell the truth, you are not just exposing a narcissist. You are breaking chains. You are reclaiming your voice. And you are proving that light will always outlast the dark. Stay strong. Stay discerning. And never be afraid to let truth do what truth was always designed to do.